While visiting Tórshavn in the Faroe Islands, I saw this mounted on the wall of a restaurant. It's made of wood, about 8 inches in diameter with a rotating outer ring. I didn't try moving the inner rings to avoid damaging it. Does anyone know what it is? The item you found is a tide calculator, known in Faroes as a streamtölva, which translates to stream calculator. It's designed to predict the direction and strength of tidal currents around the Faroe Islands, where the meeting of the Atlantic Ocean and the Norwegian Sea creates strong and complex tidal flows. This calculator uses a volvel design, a type of circular chart with rotating parts, historically considered an early analog computer. The outer ring displays a 24-hour clock and moon phases, while the inner ring contains place names and tide information for specific locations. To use it, you align the main arrow with the current moon phase, then find the location you're interested in. The red and white sections around that location indicate when tidal currents will be stronger or weaker, and whether they will flow eastward or westward. In regions like the Faroe Islands, knowing these currents is essential for safe navigation and fishing, and tools like this have been a key part of maritime tradition for generations. I came across this heavy metal ball about 8 pounds and 3 inches in diameter, with a chain screwed into it and a slot on the side. I found it at an abandoned psychiatric asylum that's been empty for about 40 years. This object is a cast iron gate closer weight, a device once widely used to help gates close smoothly and automatically. The heavy ball was attached to a chain running through the side slot, with the threaded bolt holding it securely in place. When the gate was opened, the chain lifted the weight, and once released, gravity pulled it down, creating steady tension to swing the gate shut. Gate closer weights like this were especially popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries on farms, estates, and institutional grounds, where large gates needed to be reliably closed to contain livestock, protect property, or control access. I found a small cylindrical object that extends outward and can be twisted to reveal a smaller hollow tube on the opposite end. It has the name Fairchild inscribed on it, and measures about 2 to 3 inches in length. There's also a thin longitudinal slit running down the center. Does anyone know what this might be? This item is a Victorian pencil pendant made by the Leroy Fairchild Company, a prominent American manufacturer of fine writing instruments in the 19th century. The split end was designed to hold and compress a piece of graphite, serving as an early form of mechanical pencil. These pencil pendants were popular accessories, especially among women, and were commonly worn on a chain or chatelaine for quick access when taking notes, recording appointments, or writing letters. The Leroy Fairchild Company was known for its high-quality craftsmanship and held numerous patents for writing instrument mechanisms, designs, and utility models. Unfortunately, the company went bankrupt in 1905, making surviving examples like this both rare and collectible. Dear viewers, if you enjoy our videos, please subscribe to the channel and give this one a thumbs up. It influences the YouTube algorithm and the video gets promoted more effectively. Thank you. We found this antique-looking foot-operated device with spikes on the roadside near our home in Sydney, Australia. The area used to be industrial. It's about 4 feet tall and has no visible logos or markings. Does anyone know what it might have been used for? The item you found is a shoemaker's eyelet press, possibly handmade. These presses were used to punch holes and insert eyelets into shoes. The large open arc at the top provided enough space to maneuver the shoe into position, while the angled design made it easier to work without having the press completely flat. The foot pedal operated the mechanism, allowing the shoemaker to keep both hands free to position the material precisely. I came across this antique wooden box with small drawers and evenly sized holes on top. There are no markings or inscriptions anywhere on it. Does anyone know what it is? What you found is most likely a box used for a ball voting system, a method of casting secret votes that dates back centuries. In this system, each participant would use a small ball, traditionally a white ball for yes and a black ball for no. A person would pull out one of the drawers, place their chosen ball inside, and then slide the drawer back into the box. Once everyone had voted, the top of the box could be removed, allowing the person in charge of counting to clearly see and tally the results without revealing individual votes during the process. Ballot boxes of this type were commonly used in fraternal organizations, clubs, and certain official committees during the 19th and early 20th centuries. valued for their simplicity and the anonymity they provided. I found this item in the basement, and it looks like some kind of guillotine, but it isn't sharp. It can't even cut paper. It measures about 8 by 8 inches and is made of plastic and metal. The larger part is plastic with ridges, a winder, and a scale that goes up to about 3/4 of an inch. There's some Russian text on the bottom, and the metal part also has ridges. Does anyone know what this tool is for? The item you found is a Soviet-era vegetable and cheese slicer, developed in the 1970s. It was designed to make slicing food easier and more uniform. The large plastic base with ridges served as a stable surface for the food, while the winder and built-in scale, ranging up to about 3/4 of an inch, allowed the user to adjust the thickness of the slices with precision. The owner of the restaurant where I work has this copper pot with an inner cylinder held by a bracket, along with a vented lid. Does anyone know what this might be used for? This item is an antique petri dish sterilization chamber, most likely made around the 1930s. It was designed to hold standard 100 by 15 millimeter petri dishes, widely used in laboratories for culturing microorganisms. The T-shaped bracket inside holds the dishes securely in place, ensuring they remain stable and separated during the sterilization process. To use it, the clean, empty petri dishes would be loaded into the chamber, which was then sealed with the vented lid. The entire unit would be placed inside a pressure cooker or autoclave, where high-pressure steam sterilized the glassware. While its primary purpose was for Petri dishes, the chamber could also be used to sterilize any small items that fit inside, making it a versatile piece of laboratory equipment. I came across this wooden box that looks like it could be antique. The top flips open, and there's no back wall. It measures about 16 inches long and 8 inches wide, with a slope from about 6 inches high in the back to about 2 inches in the front. This is a charging valet, designed to organize and charge electronic devices while keeping cords hidden from view. The open back allows power cables to pass through, while the top compartment can hold phones, tablets, or other gadgets as they charge. The interior sections help keep devices separated, and the lid conceals them when closed, giving the box a neat, uncluttered appearance. Although the dark wood and design might make it seem antique, it's actually a relatively modern item made to blend with traditional furniture styles. Charging valets became popular in the late 20th and early 21st centuries as a stylish solution for managing multiple devices and their cords in homes and offices. I found this metal object with a metal detector in the countryside in Bolivia. It's about the size of a palm. The item you found appears to be a copper Inca axe head, likely from the pre-Columbian period, dating back to around the 15th century. Its shape and decorative motifs suggest it is authentic. Inca axe heads were crafted for various purposes, ranging from practical and combative use to ceremonial roles. Smaller examples like this one were typically ceremonial, as the size frequently influenced their intended function. Copper held significant value in Andean cultures, both for its durability and its cultural importance. Beyond its practical applications, copper was commonly associated with status and ritual, making artifacts like this meaningful not only as tools but also as symbols within Inca society. I found a gold-colored sphere with legs and a handle. The sphere splits in two, and each side has a lid. One lid is marked Wilson's patent, and the other has a series of letters and a small shield symbol. The item you found is a Victorian folding biscuit box, a style that was popular in the 19th century. These boxes were designed to hold biscuits or small pastries and were frequently elaborately decorated, making them both functional and ornamental. The sphere shape opens into two compartments, each with a hinged, pierced lid to keep the contents fresh while allowing some ventilation. The Wilson's patent marking indicates that the design or mechanism was patented by Wilson, a maker known for producing such pieces. The additional marks and shield symbol are hallmarks, which can provide information about the maker, metal content, and date of manufacture. Many of these biscuit boxes were made of sterling silver or silver plate, and if yours is sterling, it could be of considerable value to collectors today. I found this short table or desk on the street in Los Angeles. It has an opening in the front, a fence-like back, and storage compartments on both sides. It's about knee height. The item you found appears to be an American colonial coffee table, produced by Ethan Allen in the late 1960s to early 1970s. Founded in 1932, Ethan Allen is known for high-quality home furnishings and continues to produce classic styles. This table's design includes side storage compartments for items such as remotes, magazines, or TV guides, while the back rail is intended to keep objects, like drinks on coasters, from sliding off the surface. I found this small wooden box, which I was told was made in the early 1900s, and might have been used for rings, but I'm not convinced. The compartments are slanted and small, measuring about 4 inches by 2 inches. There are no inscriptions or markings on the wood. The item you found is most likely a triple stamp box, used in the early 1900s to store and organize postage stamps. The 3 slanted compartments were designed to separate different denominations, making them easy to access when sending mail. Its compact size made it a convenient desk accessory for anyone who handled correspondence regularly. I found this bronze-colored metal object at my grandma's house, and no one seems to know what it is. It's about 5 inches long, has crown-like open ends with pointed tips that show some wear, and there is threading in the center. The item you found is a vajra, a ritual object with deep symbolic meaning in both Hinduism and Buddhism. Sometimes referred to as the thunderbolt or diamond because of its associations with strength and indestructibility. Its crown-like pointed ends symbolize the combination of spiritual power and clarity, qualities believed to cut through ignorance. The threaded center is the part that is held during rituals. In Buddhist traditions, the vajra represents the unbreakable and enduring nature of enlightenment. It is commonly paired with a bell, or ghanta, during ceremonies. Together, the vajra and bell symbolize the union of compassion and wisdom, both essential for achieving spiritual growth. In Hindu mythology, the vajra is connected to Indra, the god of thunder, who wields it as a divine weapon to protect cosmic order. I found this silver-toned metal piece with opals in a box of items I bought at a swap meet. The top swivels, and there are tubes on each side that look like they're meant for something to be inserted. It seems designed to be worn or attached in some way, but I can't figure out exactly how. Does anyone know what this is? The item you found is a piece of jewelry designed to be worn in multiple ways. It can function as a bolo-style slide pendant, with a cord threaded through the 2 side tubes, or as a traditional pendant on a leather or silk cord using the curved tube at the top. The swivel design allows you to easily adjust its position, while the opal inlays add an elegant, decorative touch. In the last video, I asked you to guess what this round brass item with removable pins is. This item is called a fidget spinner. A few years ago, it was a very popular toy among children. I really appreciate everyone who shared their guesses in the comments. It really helps the video reach more people and allows the channel to grow. Now, I want to invite you to identify another unusual object. It goes on a keychain, is brownish in color, looks like bronze, and weighs about 30 grams. What do you think this object is? Leave your guesses in the comments, and I'll reveal the answer in the next video. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you found it interesting. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and lets more people discover the channel. Thanks again, and see you next time.